Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're just waiting a couple of minutes, if that's okay, just to make sure the last guests are on the way. So just bear with us, and we'll hopefully try and start at 7 p.m. So punctuality is everything in the police. I know we're pretty much there now, but we'll... Sedgley Park Centre for this Special Constabulary Attestation ceremony. I'm Sergeant Trevor Richards from the Uniform Training Department, and you're very welcome this evening. May I first run through some housekeeping? The fire alarm, we're not expecting one this evening, and if it does ring, then please, if we can exit into cabin crew style, just via the exits on the side here, and then we'll go down to the car park, which is just outside down there. Mobile phones, if you can please switch them off or put them onto silent. However, if you want to take some photographs, it's absolutely fine, as long as you do it from your seat, because we do have the official GMP photographer here this evening who's going to be snapping away and taking photographs of all your loved ones. So please you take as many photographs as you wish. Toilets, the ladies are just outside to the left, and the gentlemen's are just down the steps to the right-hand side. It is a no-smoking site, other than the designated area, which is just outside the dining hall. It's a little bus shelter type thing, and that's the only place on site you can smoke. Clapping. If you've ever been to a graduation ceremony or like, you'll know that you're there for 3 hours and you're clapping away for about 30 seconds of seeing your loved one. So all we ask is that when your family member comes up to the table here, I'll be reading out a citation about them, and they'll get their card from the chief officer here, and then give them a clap during that process there, please. That'd be very welcome. Just to also let you know, we're all going to be social media stars this evening, because this evening's ceremony is being live streamed on YouTube, and you can access this via the GMP Facebook page, and there'll be a link on that. So it's all very exciting stuff, and these guys have set that up this evening. So, I'd like you ladies and gentlemen to enjoy the evening. If you'd remain seated, please, but I'd like the Special Constables to stand, please, while we welcome our bench party. Officers, would you like to take your seats, please? Ladies and gentlemen, may I please welcome and introduce to you this evening the Assistant Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police, Mr. Russ Jackson. This evening's officiating magistrate, Mr. Stephen Payne, and the Special Constabulary Chief Officer, Mr. Mike Walmsley. Now, before we get to the formalities of the attestations this evening, we're just going to play a short video showcasing the magnificent work that GMP do and why we should be all so proud of Greater Manchester Police. Maybe I'm a little biased, I don't know.
Greater Manchester Police. How can I help?
We've got officers on the way, so you stay in the car, okay?
Certainly makes me very proud when I watch that, and I'm sure you're equally as proud this evening with all these fine people here being attested. So before we get to the attestations, I'd now like to invite the Specials Chief Officer, Mr. Mike Walmsley, up to say a few words of welcome. Sir.
Evening everyone, thank you so much for coming out tonight on such a nice evening. I'm conscious that people want to get back for Love Island, so we'll make sure we won't go until. But it is a really important night tonight. The fact we've got 17 people here who are loved ones to yourself, friends to yourself, who are going to be attested. They're going to be swearing the oath of attestation, presented with a warrant card, and then they'll have police powers, so they'll have the power to take away someone's liberty, which cannot be underestimated. And we need to make sure we've got the right people doing that, the right people out there helping our communities, because there's nothing on these soon-to-be officers' uniform that says, I'm a special, I'm a volunteer. The public will expect the same level of service and professionalism from our specials as they do our regular officers. And that's why we do ask a lot from them. And I'd just like to start by saying thank you as well for all the support that you've shown to them up to this point. We've taken them away on weekends, evenings, and we've probably got them in the bad books with you, so I apologise for that. But it's important that we give them the skills and tools to be able to do the role of a police officer professionally and give that service that the community deserves. So thank you so much for your support so far and for your ongoing support, because there'll be times when they'll come home at, say, 5 in the morning, but when it's just should have been midnight, the tea's in the dog's bowl. but they'll want to wake you up and tell you about all the exciting things they've done and how they've made a real difference in people's lives. I'm sure you won't want to be woken up at 5, but they've got to wake you up and tell you then. But there's going to be times when with people at the really darkest time of their life, and they are going to see some upsetting things, and they will come home to you, and I'm sure they'll need a shoulder to cry on. And I'm sure, again, you'll be there for them. So thank you for that. To our soon-to-be police officers, you're looking absolutely impeccable tonight. I'm sure you're all excited to get out there, start your duties and start giving something back. Thank you for all your commitment so far. We do ask a lot of you, and speaking to the team here at Sedgley Park, you've all conducted yourselves in a really exemplary manner. So I wish you all the best going forward, and thank you for stepping up and making that commitment. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Please could all those who are being attested this evening stand to complete the oath. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will well and truly serve the Queen in the office of Constable with fairness and integrity, diligence and impartiality, upholding fundamental human rights, and according equal respect to all people, and that I will, to the best of my power, cause the peace to be kept and preserved, and prevent all offences against people and property, and that while I continue to hold the said office, I will, to the best of my skill and knowledge, discharge all the duties thereof, faithfully according to law. Please lower your right hand and be seated. First officer to be attested this evening is Daniel Carson. Daniel is currently working to attain an honours degree in computer science for video game design at Bolton University. He's wanted to join the police ever since he did a presentation on Robert Peel at primary school. Daniel's training highlight has been making new friends who all share a common goal of helping their communities. Daniel has been placed on the Rochdale district. Congratulations, Special Constable Carson. Lana Duffy. Lana was born in Southport, where she grew up with 4 sisters and a brother. She moved to Manchester 5 years ago and began a career as an accountant. Since moving to Manchester, Lana has noticed the impact government cuts are having on communities. She's joined GMP as a special constable to do what she can to make a difference and to help those who are very vulnerable. Lana is joined tonight by her mum, sister, boyfriend and friend. I would like to thank them all for their support, particularly her mum, Beverly. Lana's been placed on the City of Manchester district. Emily Fogg. Emily grew up in Bolton and has played football since she can remember, playing for teams such as Bolton Wanderers and Bury FC. Following injuries, she decided to go to university and has spent the last 4 years living in Salford, working and studying for her journalism degree. While she loved her time at university, she's now realised journalism is not the job for her, and now Emily hopes to join the police full-time. Her first step on this new journey is becoming a special. Emily's been placed on the Salford district. Congratulations, Special Constable Fogg. Isabel Hallam. Isabel grew up in Saddleworth. Now, netball has always been a big part of her life, playing at both national and regional levels. When she isn't playing, she's either umpiring or coaching. Isabel knew that she didn't want to attend university, as the police is her passion. She applied to be in GMP and is currently an apprentice in Oldham. She's hoping the experience she gains will enable her to become a regular officer in the near future. Isabel is looking forward to these challenges. Isabel's been placed on the Oldham district. Congratulations, Special Constable Hallam. Sophie Hardisty. Sophie lives in Mosley, and after school she was keen to pursue a career in public service. She completed an apprenticeship with GMP, working in the neighbourhood services team, and now works full-time for GMP in the organised crime team based at Ashton. Sophie is hoping to become a full-time police officer and is both delighted and proud to become a special constable. Sophie says meeting people from all walks of life who are dedicated, professional and selfless has been unbelievably inspiring. Sophie's been placed on the Oldham district. Congratulations, Special Constable Hardisty. Sophie Hulton. Sophie grew up in Bury and has always wanted to join the police. She began in the cadets at 14. She then continued to follow her dream, and she is currently going into her 3rd year at Bury College University, studying criminology and sociology. Sophie has always had a passion to join the police, to get out into the community and to help make a difference. So becoming a special is just a stepping stone to join the world of policing and be a regular officer. Sophie's been placed on the Rochdale district. Congratulations, Special Constable Hulton. Sana Javed. Sana is 20 years old and currently works for Hugo Boss. She's decided to join the specials to get some insight and experience in what it will be like for her when she hopefully becomes a regular police officer in the future, which is what she's always wanted to do. Sana's been placed on the City of Manchester district. Congratulations, Special Constable Javed. Hayden King. Hayden works for GMP as a call handler. He decided to join the Special Constabulary because he wanted to do more for the community he lives in and wanted to be more than just a voice at the end of the phone for the people of Greater Manchester. Hayden has always felt passionate about the police and hopes that his career as a special will assist in his lifelong dream of becoming a regular officer. Hayden would like to thank his family and friends for the support they've given him in achieving his goal of becoming a special. Hayden's been placed onto the Wigan district. Congratulations, Special Constable King. Luke Comarario. Luke has been part of GMP for 2 years. He started as an apprentice and most recently joined the case management team, working with other agencies to provide support and protection for children subjected to child abuse and vulnerable victims of domestic violence. Luke is excited to get out into communities and make even more of a difference. Luke credits his loving and supportive family for helping him follow his goals and making them proud. Luke's been placed on the City of Manchester district. Congratulations, Special Constable Comamari. Ryan Sharrock. Ryan has decided to join GMP as a special constable to gain experience in the real world of policing and to hopefully find success as a regular officer in the future. Ryan is one of identical triplets and is keen to show his friends and family that him and his brothers aren't three of one person. He's motivated by the thought of helping the vulnerable and protecting the innocent. He's joined today by his mother, sister, and grandparents who would like to thank for their continued support and belief in his ability. Ryan has been placed on the Wigan district. Congratulations, Special Constable Sharrock. Michael Spalding. Michael grew up in Cambridge and moved to Manchester in 2017 to be with his girlfriend Carly. By day, he's an insurance broker, and by night, he'll be fighting crime as a special constable. He's joined GMP as a special to help his local community gain experience as a police officer and do something more exciting than insurance. I thought that wasn't exciting. He's always had an interest in the police, but has been mostly inspired by his elder brother, who joined the police as a special and has since become a regular officer. Michael's been placed on the Trafford district. Congratulations, Special Constable Spalding. Thomas Stanford. Tom grew up in Bolton and for the last 3 years has been working as cabin crew at Manchester Airport whilst he builds hours towards his pilot's licence. Tom has always wanted to join the police and is looking forward to starting his first shift. He would like to thank his parents and girlfriend Tasha for their continued support throughout the training. Tom has been placed onto the Bolton district. Congratulations, Special Constable Stanford. Troy Steggles. Troy grew up in Tameside. His brother and cousin are already officers, so he's following in the family footsteps. The best part of the training was meeting everyone and becoming such a close-knit family. The proudest moment of his life was when he became a father to 2 beautiful children, Alfie and Annabelle, and meeting his loving girlfriend, Rebecca. Troy has been placed onto the Tameside district. Congratulations, Special Constable Steggles. Samantha Stenshorn. Samantha grew up in Cornwall and has always had a passion for joining the police. After applying to the Met at 19, she unfortunately didn't get in, but now Samantha would like to be a career special. She's just started her own successful cleaning business, and it works well around her 2 daughters, Veronica and Robin. Samantha is very keen and excited to start, although the training's been very hard, but it's been worth every second of it, including the embarrassing fall up the stairs one Sunday morning. Must ask more about that. Samantha has been placed on the Trafford district. Congratulations, Special Constable Stenshorn. Jessica Todd. Jess decided to join the Special Constabulary after a culmination of years of gentle nagging from her best friend, Sarah, who worked as a special for many years before becoming a regular on the Stockport division. Jess works as a medical rep in Greater Manchester and hopes to use her people skills to make a difference in the Stockport community. In her spare time, Jess is a keen surfer and also enjoys going on camper van adventures with her husband, Rich. Jessica's been placed on the Stockport district. Congratulations, Special Constable Todd. Jordan Whittaker. Jordan grew up in Stockport and has decided to join the GMP as a special to try and gain experience in the hope that he can further pursue a career as a regular in the future. He's always been interested in the police and he likes the thought of facing new challenges every time he's on duty. He'd like to thank his family for the support they have given him both before and throughout the training. Jordan's been placed on the Stockport District. Congratulations, Special Constable Whittaker. Jonathan Woods. Johnny's just recently moved to Rochdale, where he's bought his first home. He works as a security team at Manchester Airport. Johnny is proud to become a special constable, and he plans to gain valuable experience and hopefully progress to one day being a regular in the future. He's joined today by his family and girlfriend Taylor. He would like to thank all for their support, and a big thank you to you, Deborah, who is one of our trainers here at Sedgley Park. Jonathan's been placed on the Rochdale District. Congratulations, Special Constable Woods. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest with us this evening. Sonia Halliwell is here tonight representing Wigan Council. Now, Wigan Council have recently become partners on the Employer-Supported Policing Scheme. This is a partnership benefiting employers, their staff and the police service. Organisations release employees to work as special constables or volunteers from their usual workplace, giving them additional paid leave. This then enables them to volunteer in their local communities and to help increase public safety and confidence. So this evening, it's a great pleasure that we are presenting Wigan Council with a certificate to recognise their commitment. Sonia, please come forward. Well, ladies and gentlemen, shall we give our new Special Constables another round of applause? I'd now like to welcome Mr. Payne, our officiating magistrate this evening, to say some words. So.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening to the new officers, and congratulations to you all. I'm here on behalf of Greater Manchester Magistrates. I'm a necessity. Nobody else in the room's a necessity. Important, happy, but I'm the necessity, so this is something that we like to do, we have to do, but we enjoy to do. We are volunteers in the magistracy, like the Special Constables are. And again, with the award that's gone to the Wigan Business Partnership, some businesses give magistrates time off to sit on the benches, which we greatly appreciate as well. But getting back to the specials, they're now part of a nice, big, happy family. My career was in the fire service. Similar type of thing. They will have made some friends now that they will keep for life, and they will make many more friends that they will keep for life. Irrespective of whether they leave, they move away, they will make special friends. And they will need special friends like they will need special families. Because, as Mike said, there will be times when it gets difficult, but there's also times when it's absolutely fantastic, good fun, everyone's having a laugh, and everyone's enjoying it. And they're the times that they will remember most. And I hope that you enjoy your time as a special. I hope that some of you go on to do the jobs that you want to do, whether it's a regular police or move on to other things. But some of you will probably stay as specials for years. And it's something that not many members of the public appreciate, that we do have these specials, and as Mike said, they're indistinguishable from anyone else, and they're treated no different to any other police officer. They have the full protection of the court behind them. If they come to court, they're treated just like any other police officer. And I generally say to the new officers, when you come to court, because inevitably you probably will, do not be afraid of telling the magistrates just what you want to tell them. You don't have to wrap it up, you don't have to put it in nice words, just tell us what you want to tell us. Okay. Well, as I said, it's not for me to rattle on. Other people are going to get things to say. All I'd like to say is I enjoy doing the attestations, I enjoy meeting the new officers, and it's a real pleasure for me to be invited to do it. So thank you all very much, and good luck with your new careers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Payne, for them lovely words of encouragement there. And I'd like to ask Assistant Chief Constable Russ Jackson to close the ceremony. Sir.
Thank you, and thanks everybody for coming today. It's a real privilege to come to these events and see our new colleagues. And I first of all want to say thank you to them. The amount of effort they put in just to come through the training, let alone the commitment thereafter, is profound. So you will know that they've just given up 2 weeks of their lives to go through training. And for many of our new colleagues, that will mean giving up work, unpaid leave, or indeed using their leave. So that in itself is a testimony to their commitment. The training is very significant. And that's why I want to echo my thanks to Wigan Metropolitan Borough Council for the commitment they've made, like many other organisations, to releasing special constables for their training and, in fact, their commitment thereafter. I always try to have a little bit of a chat with our colleagues before or indeed after, and you don't manage always to get everybody's experience, but if I can just highlight a couple. One of the colleagues I met tonight works for EA Games. That's really useful for me to know, because I'm going to sound really cool when I get home tonight with one of my little boys. So he builds landscapes for some of these video games. Another colleague is a forensic accountant, and we'll definitely be in touch in the future. Our series kind of will be very interested in you, Lana. So there's buckets of experience here, and as my colleague the magistrate said, not everybody will become a regular. Many people become specials, like Mike has for absolute years. It's a great place to work, Greater Manchester. There's about 10,000 employees, plus specials, plus volunteers. We police an area of about 2.8 million people. It's very diverse. To give you an idea of the demand that we face, is about 611,000 calls per year, so that's about 1,700 every single day. We put about 8,500 crimes in, so again that's about 2,300 crimes a day in Greater Manchester. And last year we had 73 homicides. That just gives you an indication of the size and scale of Greater Manchester. And of course the challenges policing face is really varied. It's widely reported that resources have reduced over recent years, indeed they have. The scrutiny we face now, and that you will face just the same as regular officers, is more perhaps than it's ever been, whether it's from the IOPC or the HMIC. And many of us would say we live in a democratic society, and it is right that we have that level of scrutiny. I would agree with that. But it is very difficult as well for police officers nowadays. And of course we have a very intrusive media, particularly with social media. And some would describe that often as fair, and other times not always fair. What you'll see, ladies and gents, when you become operational is people at their best. You will see people at their worst in life and in death. And the skills that you have, given the fact that you've shown them during the selection process, will be needed every single day. But there's a lot to be proud of in all the challenges you face. And I know you'll meet this challenge every day to the best of your ability. Greater Manchester Police, I would say so, wouldn't I, is one of the best forces in the country. Greater Manchester Police, and in fact the police service generally, has a very high level of trust. If you look at any of the polls that are taking place around policing, no matter what you see in the media, the trust in policing is very, very high indeed. In fact, UK policing is, I think, the most respected in the world, and it's no surprise that police forces around the world come to the UK and here in Greater Manchester and here at Sedgley Park to take part in some of our training. And of course, we're the only unarmed police force. And that really, it probably is a manifestation of what we'd call the Peelian principles. So Sir Robert Peel, obviously a Bury-based MP, is the father of modern-day policing. And what he said is the public are the police and the police are the public. We police with consent. That is why we have very few riots in this country. We have the support of the public, and that's why we go around almost exclusively unarmed. And bear in mind the public are the police and the police are the public. I think you, as volunteers, are a clear representation of that. Let me turn to the oath of office that you took this evening, and let me tell you this. It ought to be your anchor point in all that you do. You took that oath not to me and not to your families, you took it in our presence. The oath of office you took was to the Queen. You take it the same as regular officers do. And you need to bear this in mind because this gives you special powers and privileges. It's very different than the powers and privileges that citizens have. You have the power to arrest people on suspicion, which is what those people in the audience largely cannot do. But what it also gives you is control over your personal as well as your professional life. You are bound by a code of ethics, and that code applies to you and restricts your life personally as well as it does professionally. As the magistrate has said, you will be seen by the public exactly the same. You will look no different, and you will represent Greater Manchester Police and the policing family just the same. And let me give you this advice, if I can. Think always how a member of your family would feel if they were the victim when you encounter them. Treat them with the same respect. And that will be difficult on occasion, because not everybody wants to be pleasant to you. Many of them don't. Many of them will be in distress, sometimes under drink or drugs. And your role and your challenge is to deal with that victim in the most distressing of circumstances, and 10 minutes later, with your colleagues, you may be rolling on the floor with somebody trying to restrain them who's trying to hurt you or others. But you need to maintain that level of professionalism throughout. And that is, again, the same for you as it is for regular officers. So that takes me to my last point. For all the commitment you've shown through going through your training so far, and all the commitment you will show in the coming months and I hope years, I want to thank you. I am always struck by the level of commitment and the level of support we get from the Special Constabulary. And for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you, and thank you all for coming.
Thank you, sir, for them inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our official part of the evening. In a moment, we're going to take the officers around to the front of the old house and have some photographs. Chris is going to do that very iconic photograph area there. We have refreshments being served in the dining hall. You'd like to make your way there. And please enjoy the rest of the evening in our beautiful centre at Sedgley Park, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you very soon. I hope you've enjoyed the evening. Thank you very much indeed.